Hi, Stuart here, the unrepentant atheist. I've got a call here from CJ. This one's from about 6 or 7 months ago. I've put the link down to this video if you want to watch the call without my input. Otherwise, I'm going to be commenting and reacting. Yeah, so quite a few Christians in my life, surprisingly, seem to have the view that if you fuck with God, God's going to fuck with you. So if you sin, then something bad is going to happen to you, almost like a kind of karmic reaction. It's surprising how many Christians have actually got this point of view, because I don't believe that you can find any support for this doctrine in the New Testament. So uh, obviously, apart from we're talking about the afterlife, going to hell if you've sinned, etc. I'm talking about in the real world. In other words, if you do something bad, if you commit a sin, then you might get ill. This seems to be a fairly common point of view, or not uncommon anyway. So let's have a listen to CJ, because he actually externalizes this kind of attitude quite well. Let's have a listen.
For everything. We don't respect people. We don't respect anybody.
Respect
Look
people.
at the children right now. They do whatever they want with their parents, and you know, there's like,
I respect
you
people.
respect people. You
Yes.
don't respect people, Matt. There's a reason why you got cancer. You know,
I haven't been cancer.
You see, he's saying, Matt, you don't respect people, and that's why you've got cancer. You've got a sin. He doesn't respect people, and the reaction, the divinely caused reaction to that, is the cancer or the illness that he's got. Okay, he said cancer. Matt had a heart attack and he's had a triple bypass. That's what he means. But he's obviously he hasn't got his details correct.
So dumbass.
He
I
said
literally do more
cancer.
shows and have a larger audience than ever in the history.
I'm muting CJ for a second. He said there's a reason you got cancer, which you also haven't had.
Oh, did you say I got cancer?
As a punishment from God, basically, for not respecting people. Go on, CJ.
Can I talk now? Yeah.
Yeah, you can say something wrong again.
Did you say CJ? CJ?
Wait.
CJ? No. Yeah. You don't fucking tell me to wait ever.
You see how much you lose respect for people? You don't
shut your fucking
You see how much Matt delivered to him there, exactly what he's talking about. That seems to be what he means by disrespect, the way that Matt talks to people on this show.
Hi hole. I'm getting ready to answer your question. Did you say I got canceled or that I got cancer? That's what I want to know.
Hello? Hello?
Yes. Which did you say?
Oh, I wanted to say, do you see that you just proved that you don't respect?
Okay, I'm going to mute you again. I'm asking you a question. Please stop talking and listen. Did you a moment ago say that I got canceled or that I got cancer?
Am I on? Back on?
Yes, answer the question.
Okay.
Yes, answer the question.
I said that you did something wrong, and because of that, you got cancer. Simple as that.
Except that I don't have cancer.
No, I said that because you did something wrong before, you ended up having cancer.
Now he's going to have to go around all the cancer wards in the country. He's going to have to talk to the children, all the old women and men and middle-aged men and anybody who's got cancer. And he's going to have to say to them, well, you obviously did something wrong in your life. You sinned against God, and that is why you've got cancer.
You don't have cancer.
God didn't give you cancer. God takes care of the good ones.
I don't have cancer. I've never had cancer. If your statement is that
so God saves the good ones from getting cancer, and he punishes the bad ones by allowing cancer to happen. So, well, obviously, all the people who've got cancer are bad. They've sinned against God. They've done bad things. And all the people who haven't got cancer, I suppose they must all be Jesus-believing Christians.
Did something wrong, and that's why I got cancer, then I didn't do anything wrong because I don't have cancer. I never have.
So what about that picture that you posted on your post saying that you were in the hospital having cancer?
I didn't post a picture on my post saying I was in the hospital having cancer. I had a triple bypass.
Yeah, okay. I think probably Matt maybe should have corrected him right in the first time he said, "Oh, you had cancer," rather than saying, "Oh, I didn't have cancer." He probably should have said, "Well, actually, I had a triple bypass. I had a heart attack. Maybe that's what you mean."
Open heart surgery, which is not cancer.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any difference because, okay, maybe it's not quite as bad as cancer because he could survive it. Maybe there's a form of cancer he wouldn't survive, but he still had a very serious illness. And in the worldview of this type of Christian, then he could imagine this causation from sinning against God to a bad outcome, which would be the triple bypass surgery that he had and the heart attack.
Today, that's why there's a different kind of diseases. One is cancer, and the other one, you having heart problems. So at the end of the day, it's the same thing. You had a problem.
No, it's not the same thing, CJ.
Wrong.
I'm sorry, sir, but it's cancer and heart conditions are not the same thing, and neither of them are demonstrations that I did anything wrong or that I'm being punished. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm going to unmute you. I would like you to present your proof for God's existence, because right now, the only thing you're proving is that you don't know anything about me or what you're talking about. So I'm going to unmute you in 5 seconds, and then you can begin with your proof. And if you do anything else, you're done. Here you go. What's your proof?
I don't need to know anything else more about you because I just proved that you just said that you respect people and you just did.
Well, you're muted again because that isn't what you were just told to do. I'll unmute you. CJ, when you are unmuted, what is your proof of God? That you wrote your screener notes are, it's easy to prove God's existence.
Yes.
So do so now.
Do it. Bring it.
Okay, can I talk?
Yes.
Am I on?
That's what do so
okay.
now means.
No.
Okay,
Now you're muted again. Let me explain this to you. This is how conversations work. If we mute you and pause you, we're saying something. And then when we ask you the question and unmute you and tell you it's your turn to speak, that's when you start speaking. I'm going to unmute you in just a couple of seconds. And from that point forward, I want you to say, okay, here is my proof for God's existence. Don't say, can you hear me? Can I talk? Can I finish? Say, here is my proof for God's existence, and then continue on to give the proof of God's existence. You are now unmuted. Speak.
The truth that everybody wants to hear, it takes a little time. Do you know that this is what we've been waiting for? The truth takes time to
I already
explain.
told you
It's
can't
very
do this
easy,
shit.
but it takes time to explain. So
Go
you're
ahead.
like pushing me on everything.
Goodbye.
You see, you don't want the progress
Goodbye.
because it's the devil.
No, sir.
The devil that wants to
CJ,
stop the progress.
there is no devil.
Yeah.
There is no devil. There's only dumbasses. And right now you're being a dumbass because I just gave you the opportunity to say, here's my proof of God and present it on multiple occasions. And you repeatedly failed. I'm going to try one last time. When I'm finished this statement, I want you to say, here's my proof of God, and then present it. Anything else, and you are done. Go.
You will hear the truth from somewhere.
Bye.
And CJ, you are banned now for just forever because we literally did this. When I told you on air that you need to take a month off to figure this out.
Okay, yeah. So obviously callers are supposed to be coming onto the line and explaining what they believe and why. And I'm just trying to work out. So he's obviously a Christian, and his evidence for the existence of God, from what I can determine, is that Matt doesn't respect people, and he consequently got cancer. This cancer was not stopped by God. God did not stop this cancer because Matt doesn't respect people, and he's committed sins against God. And therefore, somehow, God exists. I couldn't really make a syllogism out of that, unfortunately. I did try. So, yeah, so this view of many Christians that I've heard of, and indeed CJ seem to represent it also, is that if you don't believe in Jesus, if you're not a Christian and you, shall we say, I don't know, sin against God, or if you disrespect people or commit any sins, then necessarily you're going to have a bad outcome, not only in the next life, but also in this life too. Obviously doesn't stand up to scrutiny, because there are plenty of absolutely horrible, evil atheists around the world who've disrespected and killed and never got cancer, never got any serious illness, and lived to be an old age, and they've had no trouble sleeping in their beds at night. So one would wonder why far more evil and disrespecting people are not getting cancer, if there was any reality in any of this. I've been told that I myself, because I don't believe in Jesus, I did a video previously some time ago, and a Christian left a comment saying, you don't believe in Jesus, that's why you got a miserable life, that's why you look unhappy, etc., etc., etc. So it definitely seems to be that there are a lot of Christians out there, maybe even most Christians, who believe that you can somehow skew reality to your own benefit if you will only accept that Jesus is the Son of God and that he died for your sins, and you open your heart to Jesus and become a Christian. You can somehow skew reality, avoid cancer, avoid serious illness, avoid all the misfortunes that just by random chance happen to come about. And I don't really think that there's good evidence to back that up, because we've seen churches full of devout Christians being destroyed in bombing raids, etc. And one would wonder where God was at that time when praying Christians really needed that God. Yeah. The only thing I would say about the way this call was dealt with is that I think that the cancer thing could have been sorted out straight away, and Matt could have said, okay, no, I didn't have cancer, I had a triple bypass, and we could have got that misunderstanding out of the way. The call probably then would have lasted a bit. It would have been shorter. So anyway, yep, CJ's banned. He's not being allowed back, and quite frankly, he's got very little to say, which is demonstrable. In fact, he's got nothing to say which is demonstrable, at least from a point of view of proving the existence of God. So can you tell me, any of you guys out there, do you know any Christians who've said this? You know, you'll have bad outcomes in this life, you'll get ill, you'll whatever, if you don't believe in Jesus, or if you disrespect Christianity or disrespect people, any of that stuff, that you will be directly punished in this life, never mind about the next life. Because it's very much a part of Christian doctrine that you will be punished in the next life. Not so much this life, but in the next life. That's the one that matters for Christianity. Okay, that's all from me. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.